So you've got the bay there, and that's where we're eating. So maybe we can.
It's the Indian River, isn't it?
I don't Indian River, or I don't know. It's something. Indian River, maybe. I'm sorry. But yeah, so let's go get something to eat.
Yes.
This, I guess, is a little garden at Serendipity. It's kind of cute. I guess when they're busy, it's where you can wait. But I'll wait for him. He's had to go to the bathroom before we give you our commentary on what we thought. Okay, so we ate breakfast. Again, I'm going to throw in this whole disclaimer that this is our snapshot of our first experience at a place. And I mean, I've had other people that have eaten here and have given me amazing reviews. And, you know, this comes from years. And when I say years, I mean my very first job was in customer service. And I've pretty much held customer service jobs most of my life since I was 16. There was a couple years in there I did some other things, but most of my life I've been in food service.
With that being said,
so to walk up, the place is cute. I freaking love it. Like, it's cute and it's whimsical. It's like fairy garden gone Victorian, kind of. And I say that because I went to the bathroom. I don't know what your bathroom is decorated like, but the women's bathroom looks like something out of a Victorian house.
My bathroom was disorienting because it had mirrors in there that were concave and convex. So when you looked around the room from mirror to mirror, if you were drunk, you'd pass out because you couldn't stay balanced.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know
how intentional. I don't know how intentional that was, but it was very disorienting.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you should have recorded it.
I thought about it.
I thought about it too, because it's a single use bathroom. It's not like you'd be recording with other people in there. But it was very Victorian. But the rest of the place, it's like cute umbrellas, and I think I got a few videos in there that I kind of secretly took. And you know, the view, of course, out the window is amazing. It's of the Indian River and the marina, and or the pier, and you know, people on jet skis and boats, and it was cool. It was loud. I had a really hard time, and it actually borderline gave me a headache because you could hear everybody's conversations and every fork and knife drop and every cup drop all at the same time. Like the acoustics were not good.
Yeah, the acoustics were. It was just what we would call a hot room. There was solid walls with solid things on the walls, with a low-lying ceiling that was solid, with these little umbrella parasols that were up there.
Parasols up on the ceiling,
with the tiled floor, with the glass windows. Every sound reverberated throughout the whole area.
Because it's a very open concept dining room.
So, you know, like she said, everybody that moved a fork, everybody that set a cup down, and no matter how quiet it was, the whole room heard it.
But there was no quietness to it at all, because you, like I said, you heard. I mean, there was a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was a good 8 tables in there filled with people. But they were all in this one open room, and you could hear every single conversation going. Oh, we didn't even have a conversation because I couldn't think straight in my head.
Well, we couldn't
to talk. It was.
I would have to lean over to talk to Trish.
Yeah, it was.
Because the room was that hot.
It was very like I said, it borderline gave me a headache. And again, you know, but the room, I mean, it was really cute. Like, I really liked the decorations. I really think somebody took some effort into making it look whimsical and making it look fun and all that. Staffing. Okay, well, when you first walk in the door, there's like a little bar area, and then there's like some tables to the left, and then you keep walking down the hallway, and then there's a bigger dining room. When you first walk in the door, you don't know what to do because there's nobody there. So it's like walking into a restaurant and not having anybody there to say,
It was
oh,
odd.
you know, there
It
was
was
no
odd.
sign saying back the hallway. It was really odd. Like, we were kind of like, okay, well, what do we do?
Yeah, we walked in, there's already an entranceway, and then we get into the place, and then nothing.
You know, so we're like, well, what do you do? So you walked, I mean, and this was our very first visit. Now, mind you, if you've been coming here for a while, you know what to do. So it's not a big deal. You know to go to the back dining room. You know, all of that. So,
for us,
it was kind of odd, and it kind of felt out of place a little bit. So we walked back the hallway, and of course the lady waves us in, and we go, and you know, and then what looked like a chef, because he was wearing chef clothes, like he was wearing restaurant pants and restaurant shirt and the chef hat and everything, was running around the dining room doing all kinds of stuff. And I counted 2 waitresses, ours and one other, and though, you know, they were busting their butts running around. And, you know, my first instinct and thought was they're short-staffed. I mean, that was what I thought. They're short-staffed. There's not enough people.
They are short-staffed, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, they were very short-staffed. It looked like, you know, a chef trying to fill in a position he's not supposed to be filling in, and waitresses that looked kind of stressed out because they're running around trying to keep up with everything. I did not see what was in the kitchen, so I don't know. So, you know, we sat down, and our waitress was stressed. I mean, it was very obvious that she was stressed out, whatever the reason or whatever was going on, but she was, you know, there was basically no conversation. She kind of just took our order. You know, he asked a question and she just kind of looked at him like he was crazy, and we're like, okay. Now, I ordered the seafood omelet. I would have not ever known to order a seafood omelet because it's not on the menu. The only reason I knew they had it was because my friends had it and said it was amazing. So we were looking at the menu and I'm like, there's no seafood omelet on. And then I heard somebody behind me order it. I'm like, okay, well, they must have it if somebody else is ordering it. Well, I mean, apparently it was a special, but our waitress never gave us the special, so we didn't know that they had a seafood omelet. But I asked him, like, do you have a seafood omelet? Yeah, so that's what I ordered. He ordered a cheesesteak omelet. It really didn't take that long to get to food. Like, honestly, with thinking about the short staff.
Really? I thought it.
I mean, it took a little while, but it didn't. With everybody sitting in there, with all the tables that were waiting on food, I don't think it took a lot of time for being a short-staffed. Like, I mean, it took some time, but you know. And then we got our food, and backtrack a little bit. When we sat down and we wanted to get coffee, the coffee cup was dirty. Like,
it was
obviously
blatantly dirty.
So. But that's, you know, like I said, if it's a snapshot, if they're short staffed, that kind of stuff can happen. But anyway, so the food comes out, and I got a seafood omelet, and I got to tell you, that was probably the best seafood omelet I've ever had in my life. It was amazing. It was really, really, really good. It actually tasted like seafood. Like, I can't remember where I got a crab omelet or a seafood omelet before.
You got a seafood omelet at Honey's.
I thought it was at Hammerhead's.
No, you got it.
I don't remember, but
well, the last one we got was at Honey's.
But it was okay. But this omelet legit tasted like seafood to me. He even tried it and he thought it was good.
Yeah, like, I wish I would have ordered it.
Yeah, I mean, and it was like $13, I think, for it, which isn't bad because they packed it full. It had shrimp and it had scallops and everything in it. And then they put, I'm guessing, like an Old Bay in the egg, like when they did the omelet part of it, like they mixed Old Bay in it. And then
lightly, it wasn't overpowering.
No, it wasn't, not at all. And then they put like a hollandaise sauce on top. It was amazing. I'm telling you, it was the best omelet I've ever had. So if you go to Serendipity, get the seafood omelet. If they don't say anything about it, ask them. Potatoes were good. They were legit potatoes cut up and fried. They were good. And they put onion and bacon in it too. Like they fry it with onion and bacon. And that was good. I tried his scrapple. The scrapple was cooked very well. It was crispy on the outside. It was soft on the inside, and it was hot. Now, his omelet.
I didn't want to get a seafood omelet because we tend to share things. In other words, like I'll try yours, you try mine. So we always get different things on the menu. Sometimes radically different things on the menu, just to get a broad spectrum of what it is they have. Knowing that we're going to say, hey, well, I'll take half, you take half, whatever, or just take a bite. Well, I said, well, let me get a cheesesteak one. I mean, they had a Western omelet, and it's like, you know, I get Western omelets everywhere I go. You know, because it's got the, you know, basically a sausage, green pepper, onion, cheese kind of thing for Western omelets. And so they had a cheesesteak one. I'm like, well, let me try it, because cheesesteak ones, you can tell a lot by, are they using ribeye, are they using minute steak, are they using real cheese or processed cheese, just you can tell a lot about how they care about their food when you order specific things off the menu. And so I said, well, let me get the cheesesteak one. Okay, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't like when I took a bite of her omelet, I'm like, that is a good omelet. I mean, there was hands down, no questions asked. Like, somebody took time to create that mix and that flavor profile for her omelet. Mine was, here's a couple pieces of meat and some cheese, and that was all that was on it.
It was steak and cheese and egg. That was all. I think
dry.
If they would have added maybe some fried onions and fried peppers to it, it would have been a lot better.
Or just a different type of cheese.
It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad omelet. It was just okay.
I mean, just when you say cheesesteak, I mean, maybe it's just I expected more cheese, that it'd be kind of drippy with cheese or something, and there was like the barest minimum ever.
It's that whole expectation versus reality.
And it's like, and I get it. I mean, I get it.
It's a cheesesteak omelet. Omelets.
And other people might like them.
Omelets are hit or miss anyway. Like if an omelet is eggs with some stuff inside. The one thing that I can honestly say is that Serendipity needs to advertise that seafood omelet. And they can even up the price on that seafood omelet. It's that good. Like, I would have paid more money for that omelet. I mean, the price was good, but I would have paid more money. And it was amazing. It really was one of the best. Actually, it's probably the best omelet I've ever had. Because it was different. It wasn't the same as any old regular omelet. It wasn't some eggs with some meat and cheese thrown inside of it. It was the seafood, and then the spices that they added, and the sauce that they put on top of it. That was a well thought out omelet. And that is something that Serendipity needs to advertise, because that's their moneymaker. That's going to draw people in, and that's going to make them money. Because it really was really good.
And an extra staff member or two wouldn't hurt. I mean, when I was leaving, paying for the meal, I mentioned about the staffing. They're like, it's always like this. It's like, it's a shame. It's really a shame.
It boils down to business, because being in food service, you understand, you've got to meet quotas. In order to make money, you've got to meet financial needs and obligations, and it's probably staffed that way because that's how they have to staff it in order to meet their financial obligations.
This restaurant's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So, I understand that, but at the same time, if they put one or two even extra people, just at least on a Saturday.
One more person.
It's Saturday morning, in the summer. They added somebody else. They added a teenage kid at minimum wage to bust the tables, even, because it looked like the chef and the waitresses were busting the tables. Like they added that would alleviate a lot of stress off of the waitresses. But there were literally 2 waitresses, only 2, and there was a good 10 tables sat by the time we left. So
one table had 10 people at it.
Yeah, that's 5 tables a waitress, and the one behind us again had almost 10 people at it. So that's a lot of work for 2 waitresses. But and that's what stresses out, and that's when your service kind of drops. And anybody that's in food service or even retail, like, you guys understand.
You get it.
That's why I said I'm not. And then he's like, would you go back? Yes, I would go back. I would go back for the sheer fact that somebody took some time and effort, in the appearance and the decorations and the look and the ambiance of the place, and 2, the food. It was good. It was good food. I would definitely go back to try something else. He would definitely go back and try something else, I think.
It would be something else, yes.
In
a different time of day.
As far as like the sound and the acoustic part of it, it is what it is, and it's that's what you got to deal with the structure that you're given. So that's really not something that they can control unless they want to add soundproof walls and start adding like cushions and that kind of stuff to kind of break up that sound. But that's not really them. But as far as the ambiance, I liked it. I thought it was cute. But then again, I like the whimsical and the flowery and the colors and all that stuff appeals to me. And my food was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And it was all hot. So it's not like they were letting stuff sit. So whoever's in the kitchen, kudos to you, because you guys were pumping out some hot food. And I'm not even sure how well it's staffed back there. So
I saw at least 2 more people back there.
So there's at least 2 people in the kitchen.
Because when I was checking out, you could look right into the grill area. And in fact, the flat grill that was right in front of me that I was looking at, because my height, I can see it through a lot of things. It was a standard size flat grill, so you figure it's probably about 3 by 4, 3 foot by 4 foot. I mean, it's a decent sized flat grill. Must have been 8 inches deep, the whole grill in potatoes. So yeah. I mean, they were anticipating.
Yeah, so they know how to pump out some food. Either they're used to pumping out food like that, or they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing in the kitchen. Not that they didn't know what they were doing in the dining room too, because I really think that the waitresses were trying really hard to do what they could with what they were given. But I just, and I also understand the owner's point of view in not being able to staff too many people, because you got to pay bills. It's not free to have a restaurant, so you got to be able to pay bills. So it's just finding that balance of being effective and efficient. Which, I know, having run my own restaurant, I know. I know how hard that is. But, it would have been a different story if all of that would have happened and the food wouldn't have been good, But the food was good. At least my food was good. His food wasn't bad. It was just lacking a little bit of flavor, I'm guessing. It would be it was an omelet. You can't really judge too harshly on an omelet because it's eggs and cheese and stuff. But all right, well, we're 15 minutes into this conversation, so this might have to end up being its own vlog. Our restaurant review on Serendipity. But yeah, so 9 out of 10, I would give it a 7. Or out of 10, I would give it a 7.
This snapshot, I'd have to give it a 6.
I'm giving it a 7 for the sheer fact that the food was good. The whole reason I went there was to eat a meal, and the meal I ate was good. So that's my basis off the 7 out of 10. Now, if they added another staff member and, they upped that customer service factor, and, they actually, just that alone would probably take them up to an 8 or a 9. The acoustic thing would bring it down that notch, but that's not something they can really help.
Well, they can help, but
that's a hard one to...
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to find the right balance, because anytime you put anything to dampen sound in a place like that, you're going to take away from the decor that they have set up. So you can do it. You just have to be careful how you do it.
Yeah, but, so I mean, it's like, I like the place. I would go back. I would definitely go back and try something else. And, like I said, I feel like it was understaffed, but the food was amazing. So that's my review on it. And again, this is our snapshot of our first visit there. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just telling you how my visit went. So, if you've had a better experience, let us know. If you had a similar experience, let us know. We're open for any kind of, conversation on it, but it's our snapshot of our only visit, or our first visit to the restaurant, based off of what we know, our knowledge, and what we like. And honestly, we really, really enjoy going to eat at new places. We like looking at this kind of stuff. Like I said, we've both been in food service for years and years and years. We've been put through training programs. We've been put through staff training programs. We've been put through a lot of different things in those years, and it's something that we do enjoy doing. And now we get to go and kind of look at these things from the outside looking in versus from the inside looking out, and it's fun for us. So this is just something we do for fun. We don't expect everybody to agree with us. We don't expect everybody to disagree with us. We just are doing it because we want to do it, and it's fun. And if we can recommend a good restaurant to somebody, then we're going to do that. Like Surf and Crab the other night was friggin' amazing for crabs. Mr. B's Pizza, we absolutely love their pizza. Serendipity, I would recommend them to go get the seafood omelet. Go to Serendipity and get the seafood omelet. You want a good breakfast, go there and get a good seafood omelet.
If you like seafood.
If you like seafood. If you don't, then try something else. But, all right, well, we're going to end this here. And like I said, this will be its own vlog. All right.